Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing? I hope you are good, great, fantaberifical, all that good stuff. I hope you're well. I know that this part 2 has taken quite some time. It is late. Welcome to my channel where I put videos out late all the time. I'm so sorry about it, guys. But basically, this video actually is 2 videos in one. You'll notice in the second half that things look a little different. I have nails on because I initially recorded this video as I'm showing you all my bits and bobs. I recorded this video a couple weeks ago, excuse me, and didn't post it just because all I really did in this video was pick out the pages for my signatures, and that's not enough of a video in my opinion. So I kind of held on to it and waited until I was ready to sew the signatures in to kind of put the 2 videos together, which is what I did and which is what you're getting. But yeah, currently I'm just showing, look at this little book. Isn't that cute? I think I showed this in a previous video. It's just a watercolor tea-dyed cover with a bunch of cute little papers inside. I'm going to put this in the journal somewhere. But yeah, right now I'm just showing you a bunch of my bits and bobs, fabric stuff, threads, all kinds of stuff that I'm going to be using in the next video when I start to make my little pieces of ephemera for the journal and, you know, oomping up some tags and stuff like that. Which is already recorded, by the way. It just needs to be edited and all that good stuff. So don't worry, that one's not going to take another 2 weeks to come out. That's going to be out in a few days. Promise. But I, for some reason in the beginning of this video, just wanted to show all the little bits and bobs that you will see being used in the next video. But anywho, for this video, like I said, we're going to be choosing the papers for the signatures and then sewing them in. Now guys, if any of you have ever watched my videos in the past making books, you will know that I can't stand sewing signatures into a book. I can't stand it. It is one of the least favorite things of mine when it comes to bookmaking and art in general. It is the least favorite thing of mine. I do not like sewing in signatures. I always struggle, always. But we got it done, and we'll talk more about that struggle later when I start to sew it in. But for now, I've just gone ahead and sped this up. I know. I did say that this journal making series was going to be all in real time, but I feel like certain things just aren't meant for real time. Like picking papers for signatures. I am so indecisive. I'm so anal about everything. Just choosing the papers for all 3 of the signatures that I made took forever and a day and a half, and that was not something I thought you guys would want to watch in real time. I wouldn't have known what to say in this voiceover for like an hour's worth of just picking papers. It would have been way too boring. So not only did I speed up the picking of the papers for this first signature, but I didn't include the picking of the papers for signature 2 and signature 3. Just because it's redundant, it's pretty much the same thing. And yeah, you guys don't want to sit through all of that. I also sped up the sewing in of the signatures because, again, that's something that took forever and 15 extra days and was very frustrating. And whenever I sew signatures into a book, I'm never in view of the camera. I'm always off to the bottom or top corner because I'm too concentrated in what I'm doing and totally forget that I'm on video. So again, that's going to be sped up when you see that part as well. But for now, I'm finishing up this first signature and just, yeah, choosing the papers. I showed you guys the papers in a previous video, so you know how the papers look, but I started and ended each signature with one of these printed tracing sheets because I thought it was pretty. And that's it. That's the first one down. 2 more to go. And there you go. Bing, bang, boom. Through the magic of TV, we have all 3 done. Now I'm going to mark all the holes for my signatures so we could start to get things sewn in. I have this wonderful, thick, huge needle that I use for this kind of stuff. It's a big needle. The eye of the needle is huge, which is perfect for threading in this embroidery thread, which is what? I think it has like, what does embroidery thread have? Like 10, 15 different threads intertwined together to make it thicker, something like that. But the needle is great. It works perfectly for that. I'm just sort of making the little piece that I'm going to use for the spine of the book and to mark the holes in the signatures. And honestly, the 3 signature spots I kind of just eyeballed. You want the holes that go downward to be straight and not crooked, or the whole thing's going to be wonky. But as far as the spacing between the holes, I mean, I didn't get too serious when it came to the measurements. It was kind of approximate, but they're about 1 inch apart. And there's 7 holes in each signature, which I like because that made it really sturdy actually. And speaking of 7 holes in this signature, I've decided to get fancy and make a cross-stitch signature style, which I've never done. And ask me why I decided to be all super duper overly ambitious. Don't ask me why, actually, because I don't know, and I regretted every second of it. I thoroughly regretted it, guys. I thoroughly regretted it. You will see. There's, like I said, there's a bunch of fails in this video. It got done in the end, which is all that matters, but there was a whole bunch of fails in this video. You shall see. Oh, you shall see. Here I'm just deciding, do I want to slice the pages to make them all, you know, uniform at the edge, or do I want them just uneven and funky looking? Because that's a look. That's also a look. You don't have to have your pages all even at all. But I decided I did want to do that. And so I took out my trusty piece of cardboard, my dull ass X-Acto knife. I have more blades. I don't know why I don't change it, but I will eventually. And yeah, I just sliced off the pages to make them all nice and flat and uniform, just to get it looking a little more smooth, a little more smoothness going on in there after going over it like 11 times with this dull knife. It worked out in the end. That's all that matters. I did rough up a couple of the pages, so I'm just going to use my scissors to smooth that out. No biggie. No biggie at all. But yeah, guys, we are going to start to sew this in very soon. I will say right now that this is not a tutorial on how to do this signature or how to sew these signatures into your book. This is not, I repeat, this is not a tutorial. You will learn nothing with this cross-stitch signature in this video. You will learn nothing if you try to watch me do it. All you will learn is how to fail during the process. But I did link the tutorial down below because I followed one from a lovely lady. Can't remember the name at this time, but like I said, link is in the description if you want to learn step by step on how to do this cross-stitch signature. I have my phone out, which you will see in a moment, right to the side of me, watching the tutorial. Every time I put the thread through a hole, I had to pause the video and see what I was going to do next because my brain couldn't wrap around it at all. At all. I'm just securing the signatures with paper clips so they don't fly all over the place. I have this sheet here that I ripped in half and I wanted to put it back together in some kind of cool little way. And I'm pretty sure I saw this in a video in the past where you can just kind of sew it together and then it looks kind of cool. It looks like a sewn piece of paper. And so what I was going to do is just kind of do a zigzag stitch across the rip. So just follow the rip with your zigzag stitch. The zigzag will catch either side of the rip and hold the paper together. Sounds very logical. Sounds very simple and very logical and very easy to do, right? Okay, I'm going to take this off camera in a moment to go ahead and stitch it together on my sewing machine. and I'll show you guys the result of what happened once I, use my logic and my very easy idea and sewed the papers together. Here we go. Here we go. You know what's funny? Watching this back to do the voiceover now, I can't even talk. What was that? Guys, pause the video and rewind, please, and go back and look at the result of that idea. Such a fail. This I think that was fail number 1 in the video. I should put a little fail tracker in the corner, but that was fail 1. I don't know why it's so funny to me now, but that looked hilarious. I couldn't follow. My machine sews really fast, so I couldn't follow the rip. I couldn't keep up with it and follow it precisely, and so I was sewing all over the place. It did not run along the rip. It did not hold it together whatsoever. There was holes all over the place. Anyway, enough of that. As you can see, I don't know why I'm dying. It just looked hilarious. But enough of that. As you could see, I threw that to the side very quickly and just took out a plain page to put in its place. So forget that. We will try something like that in another video. Good. Now, I'm just marking all the holes in my signatures, getting ready to puncture them. I have like a makeshift awl. It's not an awl. It's some other little piece of apparatus. I don't remember what it's for, but I have it. I don't know why, but I do. And thank God I do, because this is what's going to help me puncture all these holes. I got a nice little wrist arm workout in this video puncturing all these holes. I gotta say, I don't exercise enough. This is my exercise for the day. I got some nice muscles coming in. But yeah, we're just gonna get all the holes going so we could start to sew in our signature, guys. Fun times. Fun times. This is much sarcasm coming out of my mouth right now. I'm dreading sewing in these signatures. That's another reason why this video came out late. Like I said, I was holding back the first video to add it to this one, but I could have done this one a few days sooner. I'm going to be honest, every time I looked at the book and thought about sewing in the signatures, I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. I was honestly dreading it. I really was, guys. I can't take sewing in signatures. I don't know how people do it, but they do, and they do it wonderfully. And it turned out nice. You'll see in the end, the cross stitch turned out great, but the process, OMG, the process. Anyway, I'm just securing my little piece of paper here to the spine. I don't know why I didn't secure the other end so it didn't fly around, but I didn't. And that's okay. It worked out. But I'm just going to go ahead, puncture all these holes as well. And once we do, we are good to go. We are getting ready. We are getting ready, guys, to sew in this signature. I hope this turns out as entertaining for you as it was for me in the end, watching it back. Because during the process, I was not entertained. I was thoroughly frustrated. Thank God for voiceovers, because you would not have wanted to hear any of the words coming out of my mouth during this process. I was swearing up and down. I just wanted it to be over. But anyway, here we go. We are starting off. I'm using this pretty green because I thought it really popped the green on the cover. It took me a minute to figure out what color I wanted to use for this, but the green I think was a good choice in the end. Using my lovely trusty thick needle there to easily thread through. This is the tutorial I'm following. Like I said, link in the description. My phone is right beside me. I had to pause and play and play and pause and sit in confusion and pause and play and play, confusion, some more, play, pause, play, pause, play. That was the process. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But here we go. So one thing that initially got my frustration frustration started with this book was the fact that I had to sew in 2 signatures at once. Yes, you heard it right, guys. 2 signatures at the same time. Okay, speak, Samantha. I'm sorry, it's early in the morning. I'm only halfway through my coffee, but have any of you ever had to do a signature style where you're sewing in 2 signatures at the same time? And if so, comment below. Smash the like button for frustration. Look, I'm just watching the video. I've only gone through the first hole and I'm already confused. I'm already thoroughly confused. But I'm putting in the second signature. I'm checking out the video to see, okay, Samantha, what the hell are you supposed to do here? Oh, we're going into the second hole of the second signature. Let's not let the first one fall out. Let's try to, okay, yep, there we go. All right, pull them together. This is just the beginning, guys. I got half a cross stitch. I am so proud of myself at this point. But we are continuing to push through. We're working on the second signature now, trying to get through that hole. I cannot see the holes from the inside because who told me I'd be able to see holes through some burlap? Burlap is made of holes, Samantha. You're not going to see the holes after that. So that was a whole other struggle, is trying to find the hole from the inside to the outside. But as you can see here, guys, you have a wonderful view of this great step-by-step tutorial where you can see everything I'm doing clearly and perfectly. Look at this. Oh, this is hilarious to me, guys. It's so hilarious. Ooh, 2 cross stitches. What? I'm getting there. I am getting there. There's a lot being cut out in this process because, listen, hours. I think this took hours and frustration and... But look, I got 4, man. At this point, I was thoroughly frustrated, but also proud at the same time. It's a weird feeling. It's a really weird feeling to be pissed and happy at the same time. But, you know, that's what was happening in my brain. I was happy. I was mad. I was frustrated. I was sad. But here we go. We are pushing along. I'm almost done this first set of cross stitches, which would sew in 2 entire signatures. And then I would only have 1 left. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Now, at this point, I have decided to be anal and say to myself, this isn't tight enough, and I need to tighten it. And the way I would like to tighten it is with my nails, and pulling on my nails as hard as I can. My fake nails, by the way. These obviously are not real. They weren't there in the beginning of the video. They are there now. My nails don't grow that fast. So here I am pulling on my nails with all of my might, trying to tighten these threads. Now, Samantha, and here I am just talking to myself at this point, you're making it worse, Samantha. You can't just pull on 1 thread and it tightens everything else. These are 2 signatures. These are cross stitches. They go up and down and back and forth. It doesn't work like that. But here I am anyway, loosening up the whole thing, because for some reason in my mind I thought, if I loosen it all, then I can tighten it all, right? Sure. Good logic. Good logic. And let's continue to pull with our nails as hard as we can. But we got it. It's tight. See that blue thing on the table? See that empty thumb? Pop my nail right off, trying to tighten the thread. Listen, I'm not cutting this out of my video. Welcome to my channel. Part of the making of this journal is also the gluing on of my nail. Yes, I'm doing it on video. Yes, you're gonna watch it. Just suck it up. So here I am gluing my nail back on. I ended up gluing it extremely crooked, by the way. It is facing far right. You might not be able to notice on camera, but it is leaning to the right very hard. I can't fix it now. That glue is like crazy glue. It is not moving. And these nails weren't even glued on to begin with. They were done professionally by me, because I'm a professional. Cured under a light. They were not press-on nails, but the strength I was using to tighten these threads with my nails, I just popped it right off. Thank God I didn't rip my own nail off. But anywho, back to making a journal. The nail is secure. We are back on track. Fail number 2. And we have done it. Look at that, guys. We have 2 whole signatures in the book. I am so happy at this point. Still frustrated, like I said, weird feeling, but I am happy. However, I am dreading that I still have an entire signature left to sew in. So here we go. Pulling out more thread. We will get this last one in if it takes the rest of my life. It is getting done. It is getting done. So I still have my video to the right of me because I am still swimming in pure confusion at this point until I figured out, okay, we got to start in the second signature. Let's get back into this hole. There's a lot of going in and out of previous holes as well. That's what he said. I'm kidding. Oh, I'm kidding. Anyway, there's been a lot of going in and out of previous holes just because of the way the cross stitch works. So we are starting this one. Gone through. Let's get it, Samantha. Let's get it done. Come on. We are almost at the finish line. We still have some of our hair left. Let's hope we don't pull it all out. Let's get this done. Again, wonderful view for you guys. You're seeing everything I'm doing. It's such a lovely tutorial. I can't focus on being, oh, look at that. Pulled it right through. Because you didn't tape it down this time, Samantha. You didn't tape it down. Let's try this again. We're going to tape it down this time because I'm not going to continue to pull this thread through this hole. Oh, you know what? It's so funny because I'm not even doing it anymore, and I can look back and laugh at my fails and struggles, but I'm not going to lie. Even watching this for the voiceover, I am frustrated. I'm frustrated just watching it. But we got it done. That's all that matters. We're pulling through. I'm making sure, oh, look at that. Got caught up in the paper clip. And of course I can't figure out how to get it back out. Just slide it off, Samantha. Slide it off. Just slide it. There you go. I sat there for how long trying to untangle it. Oh, that's slight fail number 3. Only I would get my thread caught up in the paper clip and not know how to get it back out. Oh gosh. So here we go, looking at the video again because I've lost my entire train of thought. And we're going to continue on this struggle bus. Let's pull through our thread. There we go. We are getting there, guys. We are totally getting there. How y'all doing today? Are you enjoying this video? I hope you're getting some laughs with me because honestly, I could look back and laugh now. I think at this moment, I'm still focusing on the video. I don't know what to do. But here we go. Oh, look at this. What happened this time? What happened, guys? I broke the needle. Here I'm contemplating life. I'm wondering if I should continue on. I'm like, how much worse can this get? I broke my favorite needle. But I'm going to finish this dang signature if it's going to take the rest of my life. So I've pulled out a needle, a regular needle, with a teeny tiny eye, meant for teeny tiny thread. And I spent about a half an hour trying to thread this through that needle. I decided I'm just going to thread a couple of the threads through and then tie a knot so the needle doesn't fall off. That's what I decided in the end. It worked, but now I have a knot on the thread, which is going to be super hard to get through the holes. So as I'm pulling through and trying to get that knot through and having to use a lot of pressure, I'm also praying to God that the thread doesn't bust and that I have to go through another fail. So here I am, look, I'm struggling to get that knot through. Luckily, it didn't bust the thread, and I got through the rest of the signature fine. So that's it, guys. This is it for my voiceover. I'm gonna get into a live outro now where you will hear my real fresh frustrations after I just finished it. So yeah, here's the live outro. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys. This, you've already heard the voiceover, which as I'm speaking now, I haven't recorded yet, but you've already heard the voiceover and you have heard my extreme frustration, and you have seen all the fails that have happened throughout this video. This was the most frustrating thing I have ever done. I don't wish this upon anyone. I don't know how people do this. I don't know how people do this. The end result is beautiful. The cross stitch looks really nice. Very, very nice. The signatures went in lovely, right? It fit perfectly. The sizing of the signatures compared to the cover, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It lays fairly flat. Well, I mean, not really, but some of the pages are thicker papers, but for the most part it's gonna lay fairly flat because of how the signatures are sewn in, right? Great. But this, Jesus, oh my God, I will never do this cross stitch again. I just can't do it. If there's one thing I hate about making journals, it's sewing in the signatures. I wish I could just snap my finger and they're in. I don't think I will ever enjoy sewing in signatures. If you've watched any of my previous videos making journals where I've sewn in signatures, you will see that I can't stand it. Especially this one. It's lovely, but I hated every second of it. However, let's do a quick flip through. Because it really did turn out nice. I'm glad that I did a stitch that took 7 holes, because I really feel like these are super sturdy in here. Like, they don't move around, they don't flop around. Like if I was to use 3 or 4 holes, it would have been a little more floppy. So this did work out really nice in regards to, you know, how sturdy it is. And I'll just do a very quick flip through. I think things look really pretty. Of course, certain pages will be decorated with some pockets and some tucks and all that cute stuff. Other pages will be left alone for, you know, whoever gets this book to write on or add your own stuff. There's a cute little pre-made pocket. Cute! But what I'm going to do in regards to the middle of the signatures, I don't like how this green thread looks sitting there. The green looks really nice on the cover because I think it made the green pop really nicely, but in here, yuck. So luckily I finished the middle of each signature with some tracing paper, so I think it'll make a really nice pocket. So for each middle of the signature, I'm going to glue the ends and just make it a cute see-through pocket and put something in there to kind of mask that ugly middle, because it's ugly. But yeah, other than that, I mean, if I told you how long it took me to record this video, or this part of the video, because this whole video you're watching was done on 2 different days, as you can tell, because I think the first half I didn't have any nails on, and now I do. But the first half, putting the signatures, like picking the papers for the signatures, I did that last week, and I meant to post it as its own video, but then I kind of thought it's a little short for its own video. It's a little boring because it's literally just picking papers. Mind you, not like sewing in the signatures was any more entertaining, although it may have been entertaining if you enjoy laughing at my fails. I can now laugh at my fails, so hopefully it was just as entertaining for you to see all of my fails. You couldn't see much of the sewing in of the signature because of the fact that I was like this the whole time, or like this the whole time, or maybe I was over here for a bit. Never here. But listen, who has time to concentrate on being in the middle of the camera when I'm trying to figure out what hole to poke my needle into. I was going to actually take some time to sew some pages before sewing in the signatures, like just get some sewing happening on the edges or what have you, but I decided, no, you know what, forget that. If anything, if I want a pocket or a tag or something to be sewn, then I'll just sew the edges of the pocket first before gluing it down, and it'll look like I sewed it in. Same difference, basically. So I'm gonna do that. So I think that the next two videos are gonna, or it might just be one final video, I don't know, depends, but obviously the next video or two is gonna be me creating, you know, a bunch of tags, a bunch of stuff just to put inside the book, of course, and creating pockets and all that fun stuff. See, this is going to be another middle pocket because that green is a no. But yeah, aside from that, guys, I think this turned out nice. This is some white gel pen that was on here from a while ago. I'm just going to cover that with whatever, so not to worry. But I really like how it turned out. I think the two kits, because like I said in the previous video, I used two different kits that are in my Etsy shop. This is one kit, this is a different kit, but they went together. I feel that they really go together. They have the same basic color scheme. See, this is one, this is the other. This is Vintage Summer, and this is Sending Flowers. But they go nicely, and I use both, and yeah, you can do the same. And then this is the final signature. I really wish that what I was doing with the ripped page that you saw where I failed the whole zigzag stitch part of it, I really wish that worked. I'll try something different another day, but my sewing machine is not very good. The tension is super tight and it keeps popping, and even when I loosen the tension to the very lowest number, it's still tight and it's old. I might try something more in another journal with a much more simple signature style. Let's just say that. Forget this cross stitch. Pretty, but not worth the hassle and the frustration and all the bad words that came out of my mouth. Another middle pocket. I really like this one. This is actually just like, you can barely see it. I don't know if you could even see it on camera, but it's scribbled words, like handwriting. And it's my handwriting. I literally just scribbled. They're not actual words, but I thought it looked really pretty. And that's it, coming to the end. This is like a cute little faux flip up that doesn't actually flip up. And my tea-dyed papers. And that's pretty much it. That is it. This is cute too. You can write on that. That's it. Bing, bang, bong. Done. I think it turned out great. I don't think I'm going to put a clasp or a closure because I feel like when it stands up, it's fine. It can go into a bookshelf just fine. If it's laying down, it's not sitting up like this, it's fine. So I don't think I'm going to bother with a closure. Plus, I should have thought of that before gluing on the inner papers because I would have glued the closure behind it so that it stuck. Now, I'm not too sure how I would do it, so I don't think this is going to have a closure, but I don't really think it needs one. But yeah, guys, that is it for this part. The next part, like I said, might be one or two more videos, which is the fun part. It's going to be the actual fun part where we're making tags, we're making little collage clusters of stuff to put in here. That's the fun part. I hope you did enjoy this. I hope you got a good laugh at all my fails, including my broken twisted nail. Such is life. I do not cut this stuff out. Welcome to my channel where fails are all a part of the creativity. So that's it. I will see you in the next one. Bye.